Welcome to Revealing the Narc. Join me as I highlight narcissistic traits in celebrities and public figures. Everything here is in my opinion and not professional advice. If you enjoy the analysis, please like and subscribe. I opened my eyes this morning and I saw this article and I had to rub my eyes again and put my glasses on to see if I was reading correctly because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So let's talk about this article and I'll give you a quick overview of what I think it is saying, and then I'll try to talk through why this might happen. So the article is titled, Prince Harry Turns Back the Hands of Time as Meghan Markle's Alpha. Before we get into the text of the article, the main point that this article is saying is that generally Harry is the one that's the alpha in this relationship, and allegedly, try not to laugh. I mean, I was like, is it April Fool's Day? But we're smack in the middle of November. It's not. But anyway, so this article is saying that Harry is the alpha and that during the newest video that was released this week of Harry and Meghan talking about the conference that's happening in Colombia, that he took on a more submissive role in order to let Meghan be the one in control. Okay, so there's so many things wrong with that statement. The first is that I realized TRG did a video on this and she was able to show that that video is actually AI generated. So the basis of what this article is talking about may be completely false. And the other thing, we all know Harry is not the alpha. Maybe in the beginning, Meghan let him think he was alpha, but he hasn't been in control for a long time. But that got me thinking about if this ever happens when you're involved in a narcissistic relationship. Are there times that the narcissist partner may let their romantic partner feel like they're the ones in control? And I looked on my own experience, and I think it's true because there has to be a reason for you to keep staying. I mean, you can only get beat up for so long. You can only get feeling like you have no control over everything for so long. So I feel maybe there are times that there's, what is it called? I think it's called like breadcrumbing, where just a little bit is given to keep the person hanging on. And I think the breadcrumbing metaphor comes from like when you're throwing breadcrumbs to get a bird, like you just put as tiny pieces as you can to get the bird to come to you. Okay, so let's read through the article and then I'm going to talk about a couple of reasons I think that there may be role reversals that occur in relationships. And I want to clarify again that I don't think this article is correct. I'm just using it as an allegory, I guess you would say, to talk about this potential dynamic that may occur in narcissistic relationships. Also, one more thing before we continue, I am not a therapist and I am just talking from my own personal experience being raised around a lot of narcissistic people and then also being married to one and getting divorced. The article starts, in a surprising turn of events, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle appear to have reversed the dynamics in their relationships, with Harry now taking on a more submissive role as Meghan's alpha, according to royal commentator and body language expert Judy James. Oh my gosh, should I say it? Should I say it? I'm gonna say it. Okay, I mean, no offense at all to the reporting of this article because, we all try to do our best professionally. But how much did Harry and Meghan pay for this? And in your opinion, do you think Harry and Meghan paid for this together? Do you think one of them paid for it? Drop it in the comments. Let me know who you think may have been involved in I don't know, promoting this article. The article continues, the couple's recent video message addressing the issue of that stuff, as James notes that Meghan looks less assertive and is copying and mirroring her husband, taking her cues from him. Should I say this one? Should I say it? I'm going to say it. So the only time something like this could ever possibly happen is if the video is AI generated, because this is not reality. Allegedly, of course. I don't think I have ever seen Meghan take cues from her husband unless it's like an act for the cameras, in my opinion. The article continues, whereas previously Harry was very much the alpha prince and Meghan was taking her lead from him as she learned the ropes, the expert observes that the tables have now turned. Meghan is the one throwing frequent glances at her husband as he speaks, smiling warmly and fondly in a gesture of encouragement and support, and while Harry seems intent on staying in his role and projecting formality. So to me, the two snippets I just showed you from this article seem like they are in conflict, right? Does anyone else see that? The first one says that Meghan is taking cues from her husband, and the second one says that Harry is like laid back and letting him, I don't know. So this, to me, this article seems like it's a bunch of word salad. So literally it could have originated from either Harry's or Meghan's camp. It's pretty funny to me. Also, does anyone else get like really weird vibes from that very last part of this paragraph? Harry seems intent on staying in his role? What does that mean? If you all have any ideas, please drop it in the comments. Okay, so now let's get into this thing of role reversal. And I think based on this article, we're going to walk away confused. It was a bunch of word salad. It contradicted itself. So let's just use it as an example of potential role reversal happening in narcissistic relationships. So it can happen for a couple of strategic reasons, even if it seems out of character for someone who generally craves control and dominance. The shift usually isn't genuine, but serves a purpose that ultimately benefits the narcissist. So let's talk about a couple of reasons why. I think the first time this happens is during the time when the person is being love bombed. So I think it's done to establish trust and to hook their partner. And the narcissistic partner may take on this more submissive, submissive, or attentive role. The narcissist will often shower their partner with praise and encouragement, allowing them to feel empowered, valued, and adored. This phase can involve temporarily stepping back to let the partner feel in control or confident. This helps deepen the attachment and dependency. We've seen this happen, in my opinion, with Harry and Meghan. If you watch their very first public outing, which was at the Invictus Games, Meghan is wearing the torn jeans and they're walking. Harry looks incredibly confident in his element. He's leading Meghan, and during the first couple of events that they did together, she definitely lets that happen. But I think as time goes on, the mask, once the person is hooked, I think the real narcissist starts coming out. Another situation that this could happen is when the narcissist wants to gain favor and avoid rejection. So there are times when the partner might consider leaving or expressing dissatisfaction, and at this point, the narcissist may suddenly soften their approach or begin to act more submissively to win back favor. This often comes across as in quotations, like an apology phase, where the narcissist might feign vulnerability, express regret. They act as though they're willing to compromise. By stepping back, they can make their partner feel needed or empowered, which can keep the partner engaged and invested in the relationship. This tactic leverages the partner's empathy and can reassert the narcissist's control without appearing forceful. I know that I have definitely been in this position, and it's what kept me staying, right? It was like, okay, the person I was with, last week that was controlling and overbearing, that's not really who that is. The real person is this one that makes me feel good and makes me feel empowered. But unfortunately, it was the opposite that was true in my case. Another reason is to manipulate through self-deprecation or false vulnerability. Narcissists may sometimes adopt this submissive stance by showing vulnerability or self-deprecation, making the partner feel like they're rescuing or helping the narcissist, which can create this feeling of empowerment. Narcissists might play the victim role, acting as though they are misunderstood or admitting minor faults without addressing the deeper issues in order to gain sympathy. We have seen this, in my opinion, in Harry and Meghan's relationship publicly. And an example of this could be when, and this is all my opinion and allegedly, this whole issue of privacy that Harry and Meghan are all about. I don't think Meghan is really interested in privacy. I don't think Meghan is really interested in not being in the front pages of the newspapers. She does. And I think she uses this as a way to manipulate Harry into feeling like a hero. So, for example, I think the news of them going public with their relationship happened towards the end of October in 2016. Within a couple of days, Harry released a statement saying to please, and I'm paraphrasing and I could be completely wrong in the actual wording of this, but something along the lines of, you need to leave Meghan alone. This is too much vitriol that's being poured her way. And this was unheard of. I don't think anyone had done this for their wives, let alone their girlfriend that they just announced. So it gives Harry this feeling of being the hero. Another reason could be to reap external benefits, whether that's social, financial, or professional. The narcissist may publicly defer to their partner in order to look like they're supportive of their partner. This can enhance the narcissist's reputation by associating them with their partner and looking like they are supportive and just a good person to be with. By appearing, and notice that word, by appearing to let their partner shine or take the lead, the narcissist can secure advantages like social approval, professional opportunities, or financial stability that they ultimately want for themselves. And I think we have seen this often in Harry and Meghan's dynamic. One example I can think of immediately is one of their first outings where Meghan gave this really coy-looking smile, which in my opinion is not representative of who she is at all. And finally, I think they may do this to keep the partner feeling off balance and dependent. Narcissists often use unpredictability as a control tactic. By letting their partner feel empowered or dominant in the relationship, this makes the person feel off balance. This pattern can prevent the partner from realizing that they're in a manipulative dynamic, because there are times when the narcissist seems humble and lets the person take control. By giving their partner these brief moments of perceived empowerment, the narcissist increases the partner's investment in the relationship and reinforces this cycle of seeking approval and affection. And I mean, I've definitely lived through this, and it's what keeps you in the relationship, because there are moments that it's not always like that. It's not that bad. He is only like that sometimes. Well, he's only like that sometimes because that's who he truly is, and the other times that he's not acting like that, in my experience with my ex-husband, it's because he is creating this off-balance moment. It's because he's trying to win you back. It's because he's reaping these external benefits. So I'm going to end the video here. I'm interested to know in what you all think. I wonder if you all have any experience with this. I hope you don't, but if you do, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'm so excited that you're here. If this was interesting to you, please like and subscribe. Please share this with your friends if you think it might be of benefit to them. It's also important to maybe share it with people that are friends with people that may be in these types of relationships, because I think it can help understand what a friend or a family member might be going through if they are in this narcissistic type relationship. And with that, I'm going to thank you all. Thanks for listening, and I will talk to you all soon. Goodbye.